So we have to figure out how we're going to be able to answer this. And of course, one of the ways that we have to do it is just with knowledge, And we know that we do not have the corporate media on our side because they are not telling the people the truth about what is going on right now. And when we think about education, there's so much that we have to do. I think of education as like a diamond. You know, it's a diamond and it's brilliant and it's got so many facets to it. But the other things that we have to think about education is we have to make sure eventually, and this is, I think, a vision that all of us have to work for, that we can have in every single school from kindergarten through 12th grade ethnic studies, right? Ethnic studies. Because part of the ignorance that we have in our society, again because the racism continues, is because people do not know what the contributions are of people of color, or of women, or of the labor movement. They don't know this. I was with Terry McCullough, who was elected to the governorship in Richmond, Virginia, and we were having a reception the night that he got elected, and he made the statement, in Richmond, Virginia, right here, this is the oldest governor's mansion in the United States of America. And it was built by Thomas Jefferson. And I thought, it was built by his slaves. It wasn't built by Thomas Jefferson. And so how many people, know that? How many people know that not only was that mansion the oldest mansion in the United States, but the Congress of the United States and the White House were built by African slaves? How many people know that? They don't. I mean, that is the ignorance that we have in our country. People don't know what the contributions have been, not only of the African slaves that were brought here in bondage, but also of the Mexicans that came and they built the railroads and they worked the fields, and the Asians that came here also, the Chinese that worked the lands and built the railroads, and the Japanese and the Filipinos that came here. And we had these Oriental exclusion laws that they could not even marry Caucasians. And like the Filipino brothers, all of those that were in Delano, many of them died without ever having a chance to get married because it was illegal for them to get married when they were brought here as young men. And people don't know this. So if we do not put this into our school books with children from the time that they're very small, and they shouldn't have to wait until they go to college. Because if we don't do that, then our own kids of color, they don't know what the contributions of their people have been to this society. And then our white children, they really think, oh man, we did it all, right? That's where the whole essence of white privilege comes from, because they don't know what the contributions of people have been. And even when we think of Native Americans, how often do we think, okay, we are standing on the land of Native Americans? Have we ever thanked them? I mean, I think we should have a law, Barbara. You'd be the one to do it. Introduce a bill into the Congress that